in the parallel stories, how you have pretty much all the same characters. And for me, like, seeing how somebody's impact, you know, how one person's choices can impact everybody in that environment.
Yeah.
You know, so like, I just thought it was a really smart and powerful device.
Thank you, man. Especially saying this movie's more important, you know, because it is important, because in both worlds this is going on in every community in America with gentrification and, you know, fathers just getting their son, you know, out of that world. And I didn't want him to go down that path that I chose, you know, but it's like I didn't want him to do what I did. So he would sacrifice everything so he could have a better life. And, you know, I didn't want my mom doing drugs, you know. And sometimes in inner cities, you know, drug dealers do what they have to do for like survival, because that's all they can do. But it's not that they don't have great hearts. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like this is very right now. You know, this is not a 1945 piece. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like this is right now. What's going on? It's very relatable and it resonates to the world today. And we want to get this to the world. So we will have.
Because sorry, I got kind of emotional when he said that. Cause I'd be thinking like, we forget about how hard this shit is, man. And like, I was hollering at him 4 years ago and just talking about it, and to know that it's here now, like, that meant a lot to me. Cause, you know, if we don't do the stuff that we have up here, it just will die.
Yes.
Like, it will die and no one will ever see it.
That's right.
Like, everything that's ever been made, this chair, like, started because some dude didn't want to sit on the rock. He was like, man, I think the lights, like, dude was like, I'm tired of burning my house down. I want to go in a place and turn on the light. They were like, dog, you're crazy. We use fire, dog. We use fire. That's light. And he was like, all right. Anyway. Sorry.
Piggybacking on that, man, same way that the film took on different lives once somebody made a decision, so did your idea. By you saying, you know what, this is my idea, here we are with your idea, and here they are with your idea, and thus forth, and thus forth, and thus forth, it disseminates into the world.
Which became our idea, because what y'all brought to it. Seriously.
I have to say something that I don't know if anybody else in this room are actors, but if you have done a project and then you see the project later, you see pictures, you hear songs, you see videos, you can remember exactly where you were at the exact same time. And we did this a couple years ago, and I know exactly when I did my first scene with you. I know exactly when I met you for the first time. I know exactly when we did our first scene. It was the classroom
By the way, the classroom scene was
that
her
was our
first scene.
first scene.
She
That was my
came into
first scene
town,
on set.
went immediately to one of the most emotionally.
I shook hands with Courtney. I was like, hey, what's up? Yeah, what's up? Yeah, what's up? Yeah. That was our first scene. We fell in love at that point.
Yeah.
But it's crazy that we are all creatives in this room. For you guys just to step into this room and watch this movie and actually accept it and appreciate it for what it's worth and all that it's worth. You are all creatives. We are all creatives. And I think it's such a special gift that we can look back and we can see and feel, and you can hear stories like that and see and remember where you were during the struggle. And I can look at this movie, this will always be a reminder of where I was. And I can remember the struggle of this movie personally for myself.
Yes, standing in the snow.
And see where we are. And that cold-ass snow.
That snow was cold.
That snow was
That
was a moment. That was a moment in itself.
I told you,
So Detroit.
I said we got one take because it was like 10 below, the wind chill was like 30 below.
What did I do? What did I do?
And you know what?
He said, give me 40.
He took his shirt off with me. He made a pact with me. He said, do the scene.
But
He was like,
let's be clear.
Yeah.
He got to do a scene where he walked and took his shirt off as the scene was going.
Right.
I took my coat off immediately before we said action, so my coat off was
He had
amazing.
on long sleeves. You saw me in that tank top though.
Right.
I'm sorry. That's real though. We were grinding out.
Listen, teamwork makes the dream work, and this is definitely a team up here. And like I said, we need to just get these films out to the world. These are very important, and we need you guys. You know, we just need the creative energy flowing into the universe to let people know, spread the awareness, because we have the films. It just takes marketing, distribution, and money there. And it's the powers that be. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna speak on something really quick, but that's just like really like a touchy subject to me. But it's just like, you know, it's like some films, like executives and studio execs, they want to see some films out there. You know, like sometimes to like keep, you know, black people. I'm gonna keep it 100 right now in that space. And we're bigger than just that era. You know, those movies are great as well. But what about these movies that you just said is more important than Sliding Doors? You just said Sliding Doors was a classic. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, to be honest, it's just like we're not getting, I believe, what this film deserves. You feel me? So it's just like that energy will help.
And
that statement in conversation.
That's the thing. We're not like, there's no choice but to really get it out there. You guys, I hope you get in touch with us, join our Facebook, our Twitter, Instagram, because we're about to start a movement that will parlay into a February release of this film. We're saying it here first, but this film will be out in a limited release in February. I want to ask, I know we run out of time, but she had a question, and then Rashid has been over here holding up his hand. You asked why this narrative. So I think in terms of black film, I think we've done a few narratives, and I mean our history is fairly young as it pertains to like black film. I mean, you think about history, like, you know, it's like really maybe one or two before like the 70s or whatever, right? So like we haven't really expanded into all these areas, right? Where's our like Black Game of Thrones, or where's our, you know, sci-fi stuff? Where's our interesting? So what the movies I make, I decided like every movie I make, I want it to be something different and interesting and have some kind of element to it that raises the bar, that takes it to a more interesting place. And when it came to films, with my next film, this was a thing I've always had in my head about, you know, a lot of strong choices that I made when I was younger, like if this would have happened or that. And Sliding Doors, I remember seeing it and always saying I want to do something like that. So I think where black film is going now, it's really breaking down a lot more barriers, and I really would like to be in that space. So.